One more question from Natalie.
And this one is for Senator Clinton, and you spoke already about foreclosure rates. So on that subject, this was coming from Christian Denny from Henderson, Nevada. Senator Clinton, recently while visiting Las Vegas, you mentioned your plan to freeze interest rates to help prevent foreclosures. Are you aware of any long-term effects on the housing market and our economy that this may cause?
Well, Natalie, I think that the question really goes to the heart of what we're trying to do here. We have short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals when it comes to our economy. You know, the Federal Reserve is cutting interest rates in order to spur the economy. But because of a lot of the way these mortgages were structured, the interest rates are going to keep going up. And a lot of people who can pay what they're paying now will not be able to pay what they're expected to pay next month or the month after that. So freezing the interest rates is not only a way of being able to stabilize the housing market, but it also is in line with what the Fed is doing on monetary policy. In other words, you can't be cutting interest rates in one part of the economy and letting them go through the roof in the other part, and expect to be able to stimulate the kind of economic growth that we need to have right now. I have other pieces of my economic action plan. In addition to dealing with the home foreclosure issue on the moratorium and the rate freeze, I'd like to have a fund of about $30 billion that communities and states could go to work in order to prevent foreclosures and the consequences of foreclosures. When I was talking about this issue last week here in Las Vegas, somebody from the mayor's office said they're starting to see a slowdown in property tax receipts. That means police services and other services start to deteriorate. That compounds the problem. I want to see money in the pockets of people who are having trouble paying their energy bills. That stimulates the economy. I want to make sure the unemployment compensation system is there for people as they begin to get laid off, which is happening here in Las Vegas and around the country. And then finally, I want to have about $5 billion put to work right now to employ people in green-collar jobs, like I saw when I was in L.A. last week with electrical workers being trained to put in solar panels. And then if we need additional stimulation, we should look at tax rebates for middle-class and working families, not for the wealthy who've already done very well under George Bush.